Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to the Grumpy Old Git in the Corner on a Friday morning that, looks like it could be bright, but it is very cold out there at the moment. There was even a slight touch of the frost in the air this morning, very early. Still not in the best of the house, so excuse the gravelly voice at the moment. Now, how far will this totalitarian government go? Well, this is a new one, and it's very, very worrying. Now, apparently, they want to take DNA samples from every newborn baby. Yeah. Newborns. You heard that right. Every newborn baby. They're using the excuse of future health. Now, we've heard that phrase before from many different things that they're trying to do. No, I'm calling this bullshit, basically. It's, to me, in my opinion, it's nothing more than building a huge database. And DNA is needed on that database if they want to bring in their totalitarian dystopian future. You know, this is what they have in store for us. We've known this all along. The Tories have wanted it, and these fucking idiots that are in power now want it even more badly. Now, I'm in two minds whether this can actually be legal or not. I would suggest that they probably have to ask you if they can do it. It's which point I would recommend that you say no. You know, it will only be used for digital credit scoring systems. They're already coming out with new vaccines and jabs against this, jabs against that. The new one that's coming out today apparently is looking into one for doing away with ovarian cancer. If they've got anything that can cure cancer, they're not allowed to tell you anyway, under the Cancer Act of 1916, I think it is. But this is all about pushing for control in the future. Now, this isn't the only thing they're pushing for at the moment. If you look at what's going on over in Northern Ireland, they're trying to push for legislation, in my idea, through the back door. Because if they get this in over there, they will try and implement it here. Don't forget, Northern Ireland is part of the UK. Now, it's this. Yeah, forced medical interventions. This includes any vaccines that they deem necessary. It would also include forced lockdowns in certain areas or even personally. It would include lockouts from work, school, and even go as far as interning you or locking you up, imprisoning you for refusing said procedures. Now, if that gets through, we're fucked. You know, they would try and implement it here. If Northern Ireland accepts this and gets it through, which you know what the system's like over there, it's a lot more corrupt than it can be here. But yeah. Now, David Curtin has done a video on this. I I'll put a link in the description below. He goes into it in a bit more detail, and I would say go and watch it. It's quite an eye-opening watch. But now we're starting to see all the reason for all this data collection that's been going on since, we'll call the outbreak. I don't like calling it a pandemic. The outbreak. You know, the reason for the police wanting your information, your personal data, your ID. And not just when you're committing a crime. Every interaction they have with the public. They want to know who you are. They want your fucking details. They've even got digital facial recognition cameras on the streets, in shopping centres and high streets, trying to force people to walk in front of them. Which, if you've got a face covering, I believe they can only ask you to uncover it if you're suspected of committing a crime, or I think it's Section 50A in place, which can only be put in place temporary. As far as I'm aware, don't take my word for that. But you've got all that going on. They want all your details. The DWP wanting to see into your bank accounts. All of this is taken away and against your actual human rights as a person. And this is what you'll get from a totally corrupt socialist government. I mean, it's absolutely out of order, and we got to fight back against this. We can't be having this going on now. I mean, things like Moderna, remember them? Big Pharma? Well, it's reported now that they're they're the ones that put stuff on the market. Remember that the NHS made available to everybody and introduced to many millions through fear by government of propaganda and spewing narratives everywhere. But now, apparently, they're offering kids money to take a new COVID booster vaccine, to test it. Trials, we'll call them. I will say at this point, allegedly, because I haven't actually seen any proof of this. But this is what's out there at the moment. But it wouldn't be surprising. I wouldn't put it past them. Knowing how underhanded Big Pharma can be, and how corrupt a lot of them are. You know, they're making billions out of all this medical shit that's going on at the moment. Everything that's allegedly being developed. Simon Webb did a video on this, a short video. Was it yesterday? Again, I'll put a link in the description below to it. And now apparently the government plans to have a vote. They want the MPs to have a vote on the assisted dying saga. So that's one to keep an eye on. Yeah. Okay guys, well that's it for a Friday. I'm nearly on the 10-minute mark now. But don't forget, tonight, Mrs. W at the moment will be going live 7 o'clock as usual. I may be just in the chat. I don't know. It depends on how my throat goes. Whether I come up and have a chat with everybody. But we'll see what happens. But as ever, have a lovely weekend. Don't do anything I wouldn't do. Not that I can do much nowadays. But do it safely, do it wisely, and do it carefully. But until then, stay safe, stay strong, and absolutely stay free. Respects, guys.